we've got sound, we've got gameplay, we've got Little Fox. Welcome. Welcome back to Shady Harbor with me, your buddy, your pal, Little Fox. It's me! Hey, yes! Alright, so I am currently. Hey! What's up, buddy? Oh, fuck you then. That's hilarious. What a dick. Someone killed a fox. I don't like it when I see dead foxes. Oh, hey, buddy.
Aid me!
Oh yeah. Oh, whip it good. Oh, hey, buddy. Now, X marks the spot. For Western Skyrim. Oh, I see. Got some treasure. Let's get some treasure. Alright, oh wait, what did I pick up? I didn't look at it. No. Dwarven Battle Axe of Frost, man. Oh, is that it? Was that it? Is that all I got? Ugh, lame. Alright, let's go. Move on to the next. Hyatt. Oh, he's got doggies! He's got doggies. Oh, he's got dogs. Hey, I can't pet the dogs. This sucks.
Last year in Windhelm, I brought my
Oh,
masters
misgendered.
to show off
My
at the
apologies.
Mages Guild. So many compliments on my dog Woo.
Cute. Alright, let's go. Oh, it's a treasure. Boo-boo.
Another dead soldier and no sign of our supplies.
What's
This
that?
is the gut. Besides being an
Alright, well, let's go and kill whatever we need to kill.
find anything.
The Crisis at Dragon Bridge, but first I want to pick up this book. I went the wrong way. Lame. Nah. There's one dead saber cat. Is that the book? No, that wasn't the book. Where'd the book? Bus? Should be a book up here. Maybe it's part of a quest, maybe. Oh my gosh. My phone's going off today. Like, crazy. Fucking, like, I just had to reply to, a controversial topic. So apparently, it should be up here. It must appear as some sort of quest. Unless it's hidden underneath a mountain or something. Nope, doesn't look like it. Oh, let us do the quest that I just picked up. Until we get to the next way shrine, then we can do some more grinding. Yay, right. No more squirrels. They're planning something. I know it. Ooh. Markarth made. Okay. Let's go. Ooh. Don't know about the dead bear though. Much faster now.
The embers are still warm. Ah, over.
Oh, this is where I get the thing. Oh. Oh. Gosh, Western Skyrim is. Air Travers. Ah, that was what I was looking for earlier. Oh, oh, hey, buddy. Ah! Got him. Everything's on fire. Fire.
Any luck? Did you find any sign of Ina? Let me see that. Ulang is Ina's right hand. Oh, I'm not.
Ah, the Reachmen are attacking the bridge. I'm just gonna get myself another drink. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, this is gonna be the last stream I had before going back. But well, before like moving out of my home. And Twitter keeps on fucking going off. I wonder if we're up to 500 now. Ended up ratioing some rando, which is nice, but sucks that yeah, there was a tweet from Pim Tool that is fucking insane. Like, literally claiming that the place he literally fucking lied about the Colorado shooting. The venue apparently, according to him, had events like for having sex with kids and shit. It's just like, wait, what? That's just a complete and utter lie. Hey.
Don't hurt him or I'll... Hey, you! Untie me.
Bye tie.
Look. Good.
Okay, oh, back the way I came. Alright, anything cool here? Got him. Yeah, the sack. What's in my sack? In the sack. I need to get a better equipment as well, I think. My equipment is pretty shit. Hey, treasure chest. Interesting. I wonder if I'll get anything that I can use from this. Nope. Nothing. Seal of Solitude. Okay. Style page. Oh, hey, buddy. Hey, Shame, how are ya? Oh, yeah. Friend of the channel, Shannon. Welcome back. Oh, hey, it's a Dragon Bridge Road. It's another restaurant. Nice.
Station sentries on both sides of the bridge. As many as you can.
Yes, Captain.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was gonna do a thing with a thing. There was a thing I had. I picked up a thing. Where's the thing? All the way to the bottom? Ah, yes. Yeah, yes, we bound it.
Report. Destroy. Wait, there's a problem. Ina! Care to explain the smuggler caves beneath my garrison? I got back here. Here. If we survive this, Ina, we are going to have a very long talk.
Whatever you say, Captain.
Okay. Alright, we need the smuggler bolt holes. Well, we need to destroy them at least, I think. Pretty sure that's what's going on here. Oh shit. Fucking knocked him in. America having a messed up week. Oh yeah, America is having a pretty fucking messed up week. Holy fuck. My phone keeps on going off because I replied to a tweet about the Colorado shooting. People are saying people are doing the disavow. They're doing the disavow. Which is, you know, disgusting, but, you know, we know exactly what they're doing. So, it's not as if it's not obvious. But yeah, Pim Tool literally lied about the, fucking, the Club Q. Apparently, according to him, they were grooming kids there. Like, Pim Tool has made that fucking claim. It's an absolute fucking lie. I can't. It's just crazy that they're just doing that. It's fucked. Yeah, but it's like mainstreaming now. It's mainstream now. They're actually making that claim. It's so fucked up. I can't believe it. This is disgusting. I've basically taken to just saying, yeah, you're showing me what you are. With people who are like downplaying this shit. Yeah, I know what you are. We know what you are. We know what you are. You're showing us exactly who you are. They're rock spiders. Disgusting. Uh-oh. This game is like huge. Like, for an MMO, it doesn't feel like an MMO. I just remember playing World of Warcraft back in the day and feeling, oh, Argonian style, nice. And feeling like I was just like doing fetch quests constantly. This one, it's all just like situated around fighting. Like, the quests are all about, like, you know, doing things. I mean, like, the caving stuff has always been, like...
Hey, get me out of here.
Questing in caves, basically, is is the cliche that Elder Scrolls has always used.
You don't look.
Loot everything. Also, rats die. Where'd he go? Yeah. Did you hear that they were trying to put forward a rumor that he was non-binary? I looked into that. Absolute bullshit. The only thing that I found was an aggregate site that literally just used a tweet as its source. So I looked at the tweet, and there was absolutely no way to verify it. So bullshit in my professional opinion. Well, unprofessional, I guess. Hey, Justy. The people are starting to say that he's doing that. No, it's fake. It's shame, it's fake. Like, it's not true in the first place. It is literally fake. Fake news. It's not even like him trying to use a tactic. It's not true in the first place. Like, the whole thing is the only thing on the internet. The source of this is a tweet. A tweet with a screenshot that can't be verified. Well, you can't believe him. He's in fucking hospital in ICU. They beat him up that fucking bad. It's fake news. A shame. It's fake news. No one, he isn't claiming to be non-binary. It is fake news made up. In every document that has been used to describe him in a legal setting, they have used Mr. and he, him. In his own words, in the past, he has described himself as him, he, him. Like, the non-binary thing, yeah, the non-binary thing is actually made up by some random guy on Twitter. It's just controlling the narrative. People will remember that they heard that he was non-binary, and that will be what they talk about. It's disgusting. So, like, it's a good tactic to use because, you know, like the stolen election bullshit and stuff like that. Oh, I heard that someone said there were people carting around what do you call them? Frickin' ballots in boxes or wheel carts and stuff like that. I think that I think that you know, if they're gonna play dirty, You know, this is an unconfirmed rumor, you know, but it's worth keeping in mind. I heard that the Colorado shooter prays to Trump every night and drinks chicken blood before bed. I can't confirm this, but I heard it. I think I saw it on a tweet. But that's what I heard. Also, I heard that he had writings somewhere. I can't remember where I heard this. You know, it's not unconfirmed. It's all alleged. But he believes that Trump is Jesus, and you know. Oh, here we go. Oh, 7:56 in the morning, and how is? Okay, cool. Knew it. Fuckers. Hate my real estate agent. They are ghouls. Ooh. Oh, I see. They're trying to destroy the pillars. That's pretty cool. How dare I? Why dare I? We have Australia Day, which is just as a fucked up a thing to celebrate as Thanksgiving, really. I don't know, we just, basically every holiday that we have is an excuse to drink too much.
Enough! How dare
Hey!
you interfere with our plans? You! Reach will be victorious! No! The French must!
Got him. Boss has been defeated. But yeah. No more bugs. Alright, what did I pick up? Blue Road Marathon, God's blind me. Praxis. Oh, it's an enchanting thing. Ooh. Sash of Winter's Respite. Oh, it's got training on it. Nice. Shame I don't use shields. Yeah, turn around on doxing. Doxing dude? Like Twitter was just getting banned, right towards had a feeling it would go down. Yeah, neo-reactionary. Well, Musk is just a fucking idiot. Like, he's just he's a human being. There's one human being on its own, it would be fine, but like, we put too much power in the hands of single people. Ah.
It's good to... Excellent. An intricate... No.
Yay! Tis complete. Crisis at Dragon Bridge. Complete. Like, complete.
We'll get him here now. Don't worry.
What am I doing for level? Ooh, I'm almost level 45! Yeah! Alright, where's the book? Calling all antiquarians. Antiquarians? Antiquary. That thing looks weird. So I've done this much of the map so far. I haven't managed to do the Labyrinthian, which is a public dungeon. I might need a group to do that, because that is a tricky place to do shit with my current ability. And then we can do some real grind. You got the psilocybin? What the fuck is a psilocybin? But yeah, this is my last stream before next week. Hopefully I'll have things set up at my brother's place so I can stream. Kind of sucks that I'm moving south and my partner's moving north, so like, because we can't find a rental. So yay, staying with family. I mean, yay, staying with family, but like, yeah, being apart, not as fun.
What the swords attribute?
If you have any experience with jails or escapes, I could make use of it.
Oh, it's a magic thing. Nice. Alright, so, first things first. Let's go to the crafting area, which I think is upstairs. Somehow I need to get upstairs. Alright, yeah. Doing the writ. The clothier writ, you twit. No, that's woodworking. Where's the clothing station? Clothing station. Oh, I have to go inside. Radiant raiment. I might put a pie on to cook. Yes. Alright. Wow, that's a lot of spider silk and leather scraps. Time to research. Anything I can research for training? Yes. Good. Alright, so 19 hours. Sturdy, I guess. Give me a second. Just had to do something really important. Alright, craft. Yeah, where do I... Hi, Happy Puritan, how are you? Where is the Writ Quartermaster? That's my question. What's that? Borfrey. Talk to Borfrey. Ah, that's the nearest one. Alright, cool. It's just down... Oh dear!
If you see a pretty bottle around, that's good.
Got to gather
Pleased to
the
see you in
incantation.
solitude, stranger.
Can you see your central committee emojis? I can, and they just bounced across Master Green. Oh yes. That worked perfectly. Central committee. What is central committee? Yeah, bro. Hog wild. Mark is junk. Mark is junk. And let's get that level. Rawhide. Ooh. A Twitch channel that I am not aware of. Interesting. I wonder how fast my horse is now. Oh, I should change it to the other horse. I got a nice horse. Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Where's what's the collections button? No, that's the store button. Ah, that's the one. I've got the Great Elk. Oh yeah, check that elk out.
Hear ye, card sharps and collectors.
Oh, I don't
Test your
care,
wits
lady.
and courage in a brand new card
Whee!
game. Tales
I
of
quench
tribute.
dwarf's infernal contraptions vanish along this segment.
They had a special sale thing. I was more interested in the extra experience scrolls and stuff. Oh, actually, I should probably have probably use one of those, shouldn't I? Not that one. That one. Phew. Get some more experience from my quests.
You're right. Oh wait, we're not. Thank you for all. If I know, and then I.
Ooh, antiquarian's gloves. Bind them. Cool. I've almost got the full set of the armor at least. Ooh, and they're training gloves. Fuck yes. I can research that. Oh my gosh, my phone is still going off. People are really showing like what they are though right now. Like people who basically at this point, people who claim that that like wait, bottle's in a different place.
Hello? Is that you, Dowdy? How should I know? I'm a historian, not a hedge wizard. Just use your best judgment. Yes, yes, that's it. Ow! No, yes, yes, that I think. Yes, I think that's right. That's it. The glass.
Hey, whoa, he's got some cool fucking armor. Check that out. He looks sick.
Finally! Let's see. Legs, arms, stylish coiffure. Yes! Looks like everything's as it should be. What a relief.
Yay! Oh wait. Okay, the thing is still... I'm still going through it. Oh. This is a longer quest than I thought it was. Going back and forth the entire way through town. Also...
I just need a coin or two.
Wait, what?
I just need a coin or two.
Fuck you, game. I can't give... there's no way to give money to the beggar. That's not cool. Don't make them, like, beg and then not make it me able to give them money. Fucking hell. It's a shitty game. Rude. Awful. Still like, I need food and money. I need some gold. And I'm like, yeah, I have gold. I can give you that.
Welcome to the... Quite a coincidence. The journal is just there on the table. I should warn you, Male Moth was mad as a sack of weasels. Whatever you intend to do with the text, I doubt it will be worth the effort.
Whoa, what the fuck is that? Y'all just have a rock. Y'all just have a glowing rock. Okay, cool. Whatever. Where to now? Is it weird to call your femme partner's mummy during activities? I mean, if you want it to be weird. Weird's good though, isn't it? I think it's good.
Here ye card
Weird is good
sharps
as
and
long as it's
collectors.
consensual.
Test your wits and courage in a brand new card game. Tales of Tribute.
Do you know what's not consensual? Forcing your kids to go through the wrong puberty.
Assistant. Excellent. Yes, yes, of course.
No. He wants to steal shit from somewhere. Okay, cool. But I want to do Maelstrom. Sorry, I'm just trolling people in chat. Oh my gosh, we're much faster now.
Here ye card sharps and collectors.
Ah!
Test your wits and courage in a brand
Hate
new
that
card
fucking
game.
NPC.
Tales of Tribute.
Alright. Which one's which? Which one's gone? Not that one. That one is. Okay. And Butch stole my sweet rolls. Coming at me, bro. Ah, lame. Oh, what? Dang it. Alright, where am I going now? Which one is it? Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Where the fuck is it going now? Which one's going up now? Oh hey, there's a quest up here. Oh, it's that one all the way over there. Far out. No, I ain't gonna reach that one in time. Gonna go to this one. Ow. Asshole. Space Karen? That's amazing. Yeah. I'm hoping to have the time to like actually bring up some new content and do some more prep. Pretty sure this is the next one that goes up. Ding. I'll be right back. Ow. So, I've learnt not to stay. Which partner? I don't know what. Wait. What are the different levels? What are the different levels of stuff? When it comes to Twitch, you've got Twitch Associate. I don't know. Like, isn't Twitch Partner when you've got like a shit ton of people? Which Harrow Storm is it now? Affiliate. Yeah. Les affiliate.
You put too much stock in rumors that are old wives' tales.
Those people in the middle of this field are going to die soon. I made the mistake of sitting with them earlier.
Allow yourself some rest. The
Pro
diviners
tip:
are watching.
don't sit in the middle of crop circles. Nothing but bad things can happen. Very good. So, let's find some content. Alright, what do we got? Daggeth Wave. Sounds amazing. Wait, what? Do I get paid for running ads? Yeah. I just try, I wasn't sure, because I tend to watch YouTube clips, and I coast off of, someone else's, YouTube Red, family subscription. I don't really get a lot of ads, and so on Twitch I didn't know how ads worked, but apparently they just pop up every now and then. I run ads when I go to the toilet in the hopes that it'll affect the pre-roll stuff, because like if I'm not creating content, then I might as well do the boring shit when I'm doing that, you know what I mean? Because it annoys me when like ads just pop up on the screen for people, because I didn't realize that happened. So I do like because I usually take about 5 minutes in the toilet, right? I do like a 5-minute ad roll, which like usually at least for half an hour means that it shouldn't show ads for people. You know what I mean?
It's too quiet. I came out here for
But
adventure.
again, I don't know if that works.
Since the clouds are turning.
There it is. There we go. Yeah, if I was standing there, I'd die.
Rage against the storm. Let your bitter seep away and join our great harvest. Our harvest begins. More souls. More. Oh, try it. Broken branches and snapped twigs.
Woo! You gotta love the big fights. The big fights are cool.
Another hype falls, but you will soon join it.
Uh-oh.
Initiate the exchange. The other
Oh.
storms. You won't live to see them.
Oh shit. Hello, big boy. Hello, big boy. Ow. Ow. We got him!
Ritual. How can you stand against our storms?
Did I get shit? Did I get shit? I think I got shit. Oh, I did. Woohoo! Grey Reliquary. Oh, okay. Counterfeit Powder Edicts. I don't even use those. Come on.
What's all this
Where's the rest of the
scratching in
stuff?
the dirt? Reachman?
The skies are full of dark
Oh,
clouds.
there we go. There's one.
I don't like it.
A recipe that I don't know. Good.
Have a little faith. The divines won't lead us astray.
Ooh. This one's better. I wonder if I've picked up any cool weapons. Two-handed melee. Yeah, no. No, I definitely need training ones because I want to train faster. Got the Eternal Vigor, Grey Reliquary, Seshal, Twisted Root Vial, and Recipe. Yep. Alright, cool. Now all I need to do is head to the nearest... screw it. South. I heard that Chew on Head is going weird again.
Hello friends and
Nope. But not on her channel, though, I see. I don't really want to go digging through that.
Who's afraid of some dark clouds?
Female predators and their horny simps. What the fuck?
A little more prayer
So
and
weird.
a little less complaining would do you some good.
Ugh, Shonehead. No. Damn. Right now, shit's going down. Whoa. What?
It's white boy summer. We're white.
Do you know what I love? Right? About all of these people? They wear their suits. They're like conservatives and shit. And they all, and I swear they put this on. I swear they don't talk in their real voice. They all put on Christian Bale's Norman Bates accent. Notice it? Listen.
First, I was just telling everybody we're doing a press conference at 5 o'clock p.m. at the Sheridan Hotel, which is like across the street. I'll be giving my most unchained speech ever. I'm
Like, they idolize that shit. It's amazing. Oh, what? What? Gays Against Groomers founder blames trans healthcare for Colorado Springs Club Q student. Fucking hell, it's been like less than a week. Less than a fucking week. What is this shit?
Right. I mean, it shouldn't have to be said. But what is anti-LGBTQ that these people need to understand, and what is putting our community in great danger?
Sorry, the mannequin face is just brilliant. Look at his mannequin face. Look at this man's mannequin face.
Is, you know, claiming that all of us support this and just associating all of us with this. You know, saying that groomer is an anti-LGBTQ slur. That is doing irreparable damage to us as a whole.
Fuck off. You're just mad because calling it out works. They wouldn't be against us labeling it what it is if it didn't work. So, don't stop.
And it's putting a really large target on our backs. And unfortunately, you know, the tragedy that happened in Colorado Springs the other night, you know, it was expected and predictable. We all, within Gays Against Groomers, saw this coming from a mile away. Yeah. And sadly, I don't think it's going to...
We absolutely know that you saw it coming from a mile away because you know how this works as well as we do. Fucking hell, what a ghoul.
Stop until we end this evil agenda that is attacking children. Right. I mean, it shouldn't.
You
have
mean
to be
Christians?
said, but what is anti-LGBT?
You mean fundamentalist Christians?
Understand, and what is putting our community in great danger is, you know, claiming that all of us support this and just associating all
support
of us
what?
with this. You know, saying that
and who's us?
is an anti-LGBTQ slur.
Oh, we
that
started
is
from the
doing
beginning.
irreparable
Okay.
damage to.
So yeah, they're basically saying that yeah, holy shit. That mass shootings in LGBTQ places spaces will continue unless we adopt laws that medically discriminate against transgender people. Basically, that's it. Yeah. It's that's amazing. Carlson also described healthcare officials providing vital gender-affirming care as criminals. He then accused... What the fuck?
in the hope that these people will do something to stop these crimes before the lives of more children are destroyed. So the board members would include Edith Carroll Johnson, John F. Stein, Jeffrey R. Balzer, Lucinda M. Baer.
What the fuck? Literally naming them one by one on, like, national television, leaving the image of hospital executives at a hospital that provides gender-affirming care to trans teens a minute after saying they were criminals and deserved the bomb threats they receive. Yep.
So Boston...
Mutilation for the children. Holy shit. Okay, I get it now. I understand why people are buying the fucking Kool-Aid.
If you, some say that. You ever tried? I hunt.
That's fucking insane. Ah. This world is... Whew. Sheesh. Yeah. Well, no, like, mutilate, like, look at this shit. Mutilation for the children? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? That's literally lying about what's going on here.
Children's Hospital is now playing the victim here.
Okay, it's playing both videos at once.
Anyone who criticizes this is a threat and a danger and get DOJ involved, and the Washington Post and New York Times jump on. Anyone who questions this is evil. But that, of course, is the opposite of the truth. The people...
No, it's not anyone who questions it is evil, but, like, people who put up, the names of board members as a sort of, like, threat or, like, a cooling of, process. Like... You're literally putting mutilation on for children on the screen there with scissors. It's like, no one's mutilating children. Settle the fuck down. Well, yeah. Or they'll get shot.
Doing
this,
this
America.
know that what they are doing is evil.
Hell yeah, brother! Bring your guns!
And that's why Vanderbilt took down its website after Matt Walsh reported on it. There is no scientific basis for any of this. It does not help children. It harms children.
Fucking hell. Playing the victim, are we? What? Who's attacking me? Oh look, they're fucking off. Ah. Suckers. They're so fucked up. The fact that they feel like safe enough to just make up whatever fucking bullshit they think people believe. Let me just get to, the fuck is dead? Ah, you fucking vulture. Okay, there's someone dead here, but I have no idea why. Or, like, they're just there. Okay, cool. Wow. Trans buddies are there to bully doctors. Fucking hell. Ow! Hey, buddy. What's up? Well, like, we don't have gun violence. And we have less knife violence as well than America, so... Yeah. It works. Me personally, I don't know, like, overall, gun violence, is lower here. Now there's debate to be had over, like, whether things need to be, like, fixed on a systemic level. Okay, I died. Where the fuck is the entrance to this bloody... Oh, it's over there, okay. Well, yeah, I think like there is a cultural problem in America around this entitlement that you seem to have, where you think that it is okay to murder someone for taking things for stealing from you. You think that it's like that you have the right to murder people, I guess. And that's that's the only thing, that's the be all and end all. There's no other conversation about how to lower crime rates, how to deal with things in a smart and intelligent manner. There's like, as strict as the control, I mean, like, I probably couldn't own a gun. I probably wouldn't want someone like me to own a gun. I'd be able to easily learn how to take care of a gun and use a gun, but yeah, like, it's pretty good. Like, there's just country people that have guns. It's people who use them for their work.
Oh, traveler, you must have one of the caves headrins as.
Alright, so this is where the nearest thing is, but I don't want to do that right now. So I'm going to portal back to Solitude and finish off the stuff that I was doing there. Justice for Little Hoot. What's this? Ah, why? Oh, I see. Huh. Wow. The safety of the users. I don't, yeah. So Little Hoot got, Little Hoot just recently did a collab with Kaylin Conrad on a video which was absolutely fantastic, absolutely destroying Matt Walsh's propaganda piece that he calls a documentary. Anything's a documentary these days, apparently. And yeah, just saying what everyone's thinking. I disavow. I disavow. Definitely disavow. Shouldn't threaten people. It's wrong. I disavow.
Of course you did, young.
Yay, more event tickets. Tickets. Alright, cool. But yeah. Kinda sucks. I do need to take a quick break because I am a lady and need to do lady things, but when we're back, we shall have more fun, hopefully. So don't go anywhere, or do. Either way though, I will be right back after this break. And I'm back. Welcome back. I'm back. I'm doing stuff. But yeah. Alright, let's go. Let's go. I need to go down into the Thieves Guild. I think that someone sent me a suggestion that I should look into. Oh, that's why people have been posting and streaming links. Lol. Okay. Well, let's have a look. Let's learn about the truth of the ancient empire of Tartaria. I do love me some Mia Mulder. They're amazing. Sorry, I just like for some reason I have a massive headache all of a sudden.
In 1908, the Singer Building in New York became the tallest building in the world at 205 meters. Designed by architect Ernest Flagg, it was built in the Beaux Arts style, a French architectural style that prided itself on symmetry and references to classical styles involving columns, statues, and high ceilings. The facade was made out of red brick, light-colored stone and terracotta, with the top of the tower containing a 15-meter tall dome covering the top 3 stories. It was a marvel of construction when it was built, but it wasn't very practical. Its narrow tower made it lack office space, and it wasn't very profitable, especially compared to other, larger styles of skyscraper that were built after it. The Daily News said that the Singer Building fell victim to a malady called progress, and in 1967 it was torn down, the largest building in history to ever be peacefully demolished. But what if that story isn't true? What if the real story is that the Singer Building was a relic from an ancient empire, and that its destruction was actually part of a coordinated global and ongoing campaign to lie to humanity about our true history?
What?
We're expected to believe that they built things like this with a hammer and a chisel.
History wants us to believe that people that rode around in horse and buggies built all of this.
The idea that the...
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is the dumbest shit ever. I'm sorry, as someone who worked in construction, has worked in construction, I'm a fully qualified fucking tradesperson. Them saying, you could, a hammer and chisel, they rode around on horses? Yes. Yes. Like, you can literally watch people doing like old school woodwork and stonework and all of these things. Oh my gosh, it's painful. It's painful how little people know about construction. It's just insane to me. Like they think that it's the same as Christianity. Oh my gosh, it's all connected, man. It's all connected. I gotta have a fucking board. I got boxes full of Pepe. Oh, I'm gonna spit on everything. But seriously, they do the same thing as anti-evolutionists. So young Earth creationists will say that, talk about intelligent design, like everything is so complicated that it's irreducibly complicated. So what that means is that it's too complicated to, like, if you took anything out of, evolution, like, then it'll all fall apart, like the eyeball. If you took one part out of it, it'll all fall apart. It's false. It's basically looking at stuff and thinking, oh my gosh, that's complicated. Must be God. Basically that.
Singer Building was built by an...
That building was complicated. Must be a conspiracy theory.
Ancient empire who used to control the world is part of a conspiracy theory known online as the Mud Flood Theory. Mud Flood. More simply, Tartaria. The theory states that the entire world used to be under the dominance of an Asian European empire called Great Tartaria, or Great Tartary, depending on who you ask, who have wielded great technology and built the wonders of the world, operated energy weapons, and may actually have been led by giants.
Giants from the Tartarian civilization around the 1800s.
This empire had its own architectural style, but advanced technology.
Oh, this is like that guy that did. Oh, I watched a react recently that Emma Thorne, yeah, Emma Thorne did to this guy who basically looks at rocks and says that they're fossils. Like, it just picks up a rock. He's like, this is a fossil, and like, yeah, he called himself the mud brick, or like archaeologist or something. But it's crazy. These people are amazing.
That they could use to extract free energy from
They need to be studied.
the ether, a technology that has since been lost. Because according to this theory, this empire fell between 300 and 100 years ago. How it fell is a bit unclear. People don't really have the answers to everything here, because the new empires, modern day Russia, China, the UK, and the US, have hidden all traces of this ancient world-spanning civilization.
But
They
why?
want you to believe that it never actually existed. The main theory of how it fell, though, is that someone or something caused a mud flood. A mud flood that embedded most of the world and most cities under several feet of mud, burying much of the architecture of the Tartarian Empire. This is known as the Great Reset. Humanity had lived in a golden era for hundreds, maybe thousands of years, until this reset. And the world we're living in today, which is most of the modern world and modern history, is actually living in the post-apocalyptic dystopia in the fall of that empire. And this mud flood is, of course, the reason why it's called the mud flood theory, but it's also the most prominent theory because apparently there's a lot of evidence of it. When you excavate cities, you oftentimes find things underground, buildings and windows and doors that seem to indicate that ground level used to be significantly lower than it is today. And think about all the architecture that you're seeing today. How come all the pretty ornate buildings were all built 200 years ago? And today, everything's just built with concrete and glass. And even though we still
Progress.
have some of the buildings.
Also capitalist realism, basically. At the end of the day, it comes down to like building things cheaper and trying to build things cheaper. We still build like ornate shit now. We just the stuff which is meant for practical use tends to be like cheaper to build. And look at brickwork these days. Don't bully me, I will come. Bully monkey came from the moon quickly! No, don't do it. Don't bully anyone.
From Tartaria
I
around today, what we're actually seeing is only the top of much larger structures, the bulk of which are underground, buried by the mud flood.
Then it was completely erased from the history books and rewritten in order to hide us from the truth. We were told that these were built by people that rode in horse and buggies. We're expected to believe that they built things like this with a hammer and a chisel.
So,
yes,
obviously, this conspiracy theory is not true. It goes against everything we know about history and has seemingly formed from nothing. And there are also some similarities to other conspiracy theories, such as the ancient aliens built the pyramids, because there's an assumption that the ancient peoples simply didn't have the skills or the knowledge to construct the vast constructions that they did. How come they could build such ornate, beautiful buildings, but seemingly we can't? People keep saying we could build ornate cathedrals and monuments to greatness, but we never really do. It's always just glass and concrete. Looking on the typical forums, it doesn't look as if it's a very popular theory, but on TikTok, a place where anyone can say anything with no consequence, it's become extremely popular.
the lost empire of Tartaria. As you can see, it's depicted in many old maps. During this time period, all of these amazing structures were built. It was a unified civilization with advanced technology, and they mastered the ability to have free energy for the entire city.
But how do you fucking know this? Where are they getting this information from?
History wants us to believe that people that rode around in horse and buggies.
What are you talking about?
This theory
yes,
is
we
interesting to me
do!
because usually, conspiracy theories take a known historical event or concept and twist it for their own use. And that is what's happening here. But when you look at it on the surface level, it doesn't seem like it. Talking about a vast steppe empire based in northern China or
trust me, bro,
southeast Russia. Sure, yeah, maybe the Mongol Empire,
stalwart
but
belt.
we know of that. But there's no indication that the Mongol Empire would have fallen just 300 years ago. So what's the deal here? To answer that, we should start where most people get drawn into the theory. The idea of an ancient empire in Asia that you can see on old maps. So, let's talk about European cartography. Maps! Did you know that for a significant part of human history, maps were nowhere near as accurate as they are today? Most cartographers had to rely on the words of older maps and explorers and traders and things of that nature. And as maps were made and...
It's actually funny that the records of climate temperatures and all of that are more like more accurate back then than maps were. It's interesting. You've been made redundant, assholes.
Cartographers and explorers verified older maps. The maps would be continuously refined over time. But accurate mapping oftentimes had to do with things that were important to the cartographers. Namely, knowing how big your kingdom is, or figuring out the most efficient way to trade. This is where the vast majority of explorers come in, because they're less exploring for the sense of adventure and more surveyors to figure out the best place to get from here to here. Because this place has bland food, this place has good food. So we took all of their spices and didn't manage to make better food anyway. So in some areas, maps could be incredibly detailed. Heavy trade routes, for example, ways in and out of ports. Maps there could be very detailed and refined, but other parts of the map were often just... We don't know what's there, there's probably nothing important there. These areas are often less known to cartographers, and why wouldn't they be? If there's nothing there, and there's nothing valuable coming from there, why do you spend money on an explorer to go in there and map out the area?
Overachievement
There's nothing
reward,
there anyway.
of course.
And so in some
they
areas,
just don't give a fuck.
Maps could just be good enough. You didn't need complete accuracy of where things were in relation to each other. You just needed like, yeah, this area is it's that area. Who gives a shit? It's an area. There's something there. Or I guess they would say it with a British accent, so more in the sense of like, "Call blimey, chaps." There's a bug over there. Call blimey, chaps. This whole region we shall call India. Yes. And so sometimes some areas of the map were often just good enough. Not accurate necessarily for trading or to reality.
And that's why like the whole like there's this whole conspiracy around Antarctica being bigger than it actually is based on old maps that where basically they're adding Australia, Madagascar, and a bunch of other islands into the mix, even Indonesia into the mix to make it like fucking huge.
But good enough for the purposes of the map. Take, for example, the area north of Mongolia, or I guess including modern-day Mongolia.
Ooh, another trading one.
This general sort of area. I couldn't find a pen good enough. This area was rarely important for European cartographers. There are not a ton of natural resources that Europeans could use, and even when it comes to Chinese and Russian conquerors, this area just vibes. Historically, this area has had a lot of important things going on in it, don't get me wrong, but cartographers have oftentimes just not had an interest in mapping this area out. It was simply a land of people to conquer with no natural.
It's just that's the answer to the entire fucking thing at the end of the day. It's not about there being like this conspiracy. People just do what is either easiest or most profitable or like the best case scenario for their needs at the time. All the continent was one big landmass billions of years ago. True, but I thought the world was 6,000 years old. That doesn't make any sense.
Resources and no major trade routes going through it. The first Western explorer to actually try to get into this area, to try to bring information back to Europe, was a man called Giovanni di Pian del Carpine. Mamma mia. He was on a mission from the Pope to try to figure out what's the deal with the Mongol Empire. He's on a mission to find out how many are there, how's their political structures, who's in charge, what resources, what trade do they offer, why can't I ever win over them in freaking Crusader Kings 3. Now he traveled from Rome all the way through modern-day Ukraine to the edge of Mongol territory, and then onwards through Mongol territory, and trying to find the emperor, the great Khan of the Mongol Empire. In Mongol territory, he eventually meets the great Khan Guyuk and tells him, hey, do you want to be Christian? And he says, no. In fact, he actually tells Giovanni eventually, hey, you should go back to Rome and tell the Pope to come over here and he can pledge his fealty to me instead. Giovanni eventually makes his way back to Europe and he compiles all the information from his exploration into a report which he calls Historia Magnolorum, the history of the Mongols. But the full title is actually Ursa Historia cum nos Tortaros appellem.
That's the word.
Appellamus. Or History of the Mongols, which we call Tatars. Since this report, this area became cemented as being Tartar. But you can tell from the title that he didn't come up with the name Tartar. He just uses it because...
Wait. The Tatars are in Ukraine and get shit from both Russia and Ukrainians, right? It's a Turkic ethnic group. Central Russia. Yeah. They're like
that's what already
hella like discriminated against in all of those European countries.
Well, the word Tartar is actually not necessarily derived. What am I doing with this? Now, the word Tartar doesn't actually relate to the modern-day ethnic group of Tatars. That's a different thing that sort of derived afterwards.
Okay. I was wrong.
Due to, culture shifting and
as usual
things happening after the fall of the Mongol Empire. It's not relevant here, actually. The point is,
whoa, what's going on?
We're talking about European place names, not the ethnic group.
Okay. It's working again. Holy shit.
Important.
I don't know what happened
now,
there.
the word Tatar probably entered European language from either Turkic or Persian languages, from the word Tatar, meaning mounted messenger. And it was used primarily in relation to the Mongol Empire as it spread from here before Giovanni's travels onwards into Europe, becoming one of the greatest empires that the world had ever seen. And as it spread,
That is the
people
furriest
would often
empire I've ever
first be
seen.
greeted by a mounted warrior from the Mongol Empire,
Yeah, it's
demanding
capitalism.
their surrender.
It's capitalism for preferring IPv4 instead of IPv6, so that we've like got shit fucking systems online anyway.
Or, you know, complete annihilation. And because Europeans were scared shitless of the Mongol onslaught, they added the R from Tatar, which means mounted warrior, to make a reference to Tartarus, Greek hell. The idea being that the Mongol onslaughts were like hell incarnate on Earth.
Really?
It's a pun. And it's because of this pun that this whole region of the world was known to European cartographers as Tartaria. The land where, you know, the mounted warriors came from. Hell on Earth. And this isn't unique in history either. The ancient Greeks...
Well, I guess hell froze over. Oh, see, it like includes like, you know, Siberia and shit. Like, get it? See myself out.
These boys would oftentimes refer to the entire area of Europe as Scythians. Now, the Scythians were actually a real ethnic group, but they didn't survive for a super long time. But that doesn't matter, because any nomadic group from Europe...
Yeah. Basically, like, whenever you... It's the same thing that people do with pseudoscience. They take something which is true, and then it's twisted to form a narrative. And but I just really want to know where they get... sorry. I know where they... I already know where they get the unlimited energy thing from. They get the Babylon... what is it? The Babylon battery? And whatever the Egyptian equivalent was, like apparently they had that. They believe that they made electricity through these things, which is like absolutely false. And if you ever said that to an archaeologist, they'd just fucking laugh in your face.
Would be called Scythians. Even though there are different languages, ethnic groups, things like that. And this isn't a rare or unusual phenomenon. It still happens today. Just think of the way that we refer to the various thousands...
Unlimited energy. Wait, do you mean the sun?
Various ethnic groups and languages that exist just in indigenous North America. American Indians. And to be clear here, this good enough attitude around Tartary is only good enough for European cartographers. The people who lived there and the people who have lived around that area know about the nuance. And so it's not a testament of some hidden former empire in the region. It's the evidence of European laziness. But what does all of this have to do with Great Tartaria? Well, the theory of Great Tartaria is that this was actually a vast empire. That Tartaria was not actually some sort of good enough name to just lump a bunch of people in together. It was actually the real empire. And it survives today by people looking at older European maps. Maps that do reference this as Tartary or Tartaria, as evidence in itself. But that's not where the theory actually finds its origin. In fact, the origin goes back to a man called Anatolio Fomenko. Now, Fomenko has his own theories about the history of the world. He is the creator of the theory known as New Chronology, which I've made a video digging in a bit more detail to previously. So if you want details about that specifically, you'll have to go there. But he has ideas that the moon doesn't make full sense with modern day chronology, and that Russia used to dominate the entire Eurasian continent, that they would send explorers to the New World and colonize the Russian empires of the Maya and the Aztec. And that theory focuses a lot on most of Eurasia actually being a historic part of the Great Russian Horde. And it's an ethno-nationalist conspiracy theory in order to justify the Russian dominance over all of its territorial neighbors. But Tartaria is not about Russia. And many people who believe in Tartaria believe that Russia is a puppet state by them, or that they are, in fact, the secret controllers behind everything, that they stole the throne from Tartaria that they took their seat and they are now.
All right. So how many more minutes do you reckon it'll get before it starts being another Jewish conspiracy theory? Like, how long into this video do you reckon it's going to become that?
Pretending to be the real rulers of Asia. And it's all based on this reference picture showing a bunch of different flags from various nations. And Tartaria does have its own flag. And this might raise some eyebrows, especially when you consider the fact that the Russian imperial flag depicts the Tartarian flag within it. So, maybe this is a sign of them hiding in plain sight. And this is where we're getting the origins of the
Like, it's like saying that... I can't remember what this is called, but there is a name for this. Basically, they're like, oh look, there's a dragon in this flag. Oh, there's a dragon in this flag. Oh, it must be the same dragon! Fucking hell.
Flood theory as an offshoot of new chronology. Specifically created by a man called Nikolai Levashov, who's a Russian occultist and spiritual healer, which I just personally love that. Now, he is also a Russian propagandist, much like Fomenko. But he has even more out there theories. He lays out these theories in the book Russian History Viewed Through Distorted Mirrors. The book came out in 2007 and was actually eventually banned for reasons that will become obvious very quickly. The books claim a fair number of things and is about as easy to read as you might expect from a man who seemingly wants to create the strangest theory of the world to ever exist. Take, for example, the origin of white people. As a result of Star Wars between light and dark forces, one moon, Layla, went off its orbit and its splinter Svarogises fell on the Earth, causing a planetary catastrophe. The tectonic plates were displaced and Diaria sank into the Arctic Ocean. Undoubtedly, this continent did exist.
The white race. Are you fucking kidding me?
And was an ancient motherland of the white race. Sure, undoubtedly. He also claims that Christianity has been forced on white people in order to delude us from the truth. It gradually did its dirty business. The descendants of the white race forgot the true concepts and traditions of millennia and had only the distorted ideas imposed by the Israelites. War being
Fucking got it! Fucking got it! Called it! 2 minutes! Fucking 2 fucking minutes! And now we're straight into the Jewish people. Fucking hell. Every time. Every conspiracy theory. I fucking swear.
Financed by Judaic money had become an everyday occurrence long ago. This war was a key event. It lasted for almost 4 years, from 1772 to 1775. After the Slavonic Aryan Empire, which is what he calls the Tartarian Empire, was defeated, the whole...
Okay. Oh, shit. Why is it always Nazi shit? It's always Nazi shit!
The history of modern humanity was rewritten. It was completely fabricated, according to the Israelites' wishes and criteria. Oh,
are you fucking kidding me?
Blaming the Jews. The Jews, as always, are to blame for every conspiracy theory, apparently.
Yeah.
This book is obviously completely
honestly, I should put like a countdown feature into my fucking video, or like a timer feature to see how long it is. Far out.
But it demonstrates a clear similarity with the overall theory of Tartaria, but with some differences. He claims that Russia defeated Tartaria in a war, which is definitely part of the modern Tartaria theory, but he makes no mention of mud floods. He mentions that Russia did topple the ancient empire, but makes no mention to them having advanced architecture or free energy generators. He actually talks a lot more about stargates, which isn't part of the theory, but I really wish it would have been. So what the modern theory ends up being is a muddled and mixed version of Levashov's version of new chronology, with elements that Levashov attributes to specific events and peoples.
There's a black spot on the screen right here, and I went to try and wipe it off my monitor, and it was on the fucking screen. Why do you do this? Hate it when people do that.
But this is where we start to separate the theory more and more from its Russian roots. And today, Tartaria believers are basically not at all aligned with Russia or Russian interests or believing that Russia is supposedly this ancient empire. And one person that I think has exemplified this split from Russia is a man called David Ewing Jr. And he's written a bunch of books about Tartaria, but my favorite is his one about Tartaria and transvestigation, arguing that the ancient world
Okay, for those of you who don't know what this is, transvestigations is a all-encompassing conspiracy theory where all of the people in power are actually transgender. Yeah.
was more advanced, and perhaps the people who have brought down this ancient empire
it's a rabbit hole, and Mia Mulder has done a video on it, and it's just fucking insane. Why?
is secret trans people. More on that in my last video, I guess. But the majority of the focus in David's book
secret trans
has
people
to do with architecture. A big focus for Tartaria believers deals with submerged buildings.
Anyone they don't like, because like it's just like using gay as a negative thing. It just shows what people think on the inside a lot of the time. Not every time, obviously, but like there's at least some bad stuff down there.
Or world fairs, because they depict extraordinary buildings that just aren't around anymore. World fairs are actually very common points of argument within the community, as are star forts, with the claim that the ancient peoples just couldn't have made such symmetrical structures by themselves.
What are you talking about? Yes, they could. Yes, they could. Everything we do today is based off this shit. What the fuck?
But when you lay it all out in front of you, like David does in his books, it all just devolves into a pseudoscientific,
I swear, this is making my headache worse.
Nonsense fest with absolutely no justification whatsoever. For example, a big question researchers asked was, the Easter Island heads, the statues are buried. What happened? How did they get buried? Which researchers? There are many photos showing work being done at Stonehenge. Researchers showed these photos.
Just reconstruction and rebuilding, yeah. Oh, fuck.
Photos as clear evidence that Stonehenge was built recently.
Oh,
David, you know
hell.
not everything in a single picture is the same age, right? I also love that these pictures aren't even screenshots. He just took pictures of them with his phone on his monitor and just put them in a book. Like, fuck it, it'll do, I guess. But while David is funny, his focus on architecture is something that's shared by many within the Tartaria community. The overwhelming amount of evidence are images of old buildings or sometimes entire cities looking weird. A common refrain within the community are people being confused over how people who rode horse and buggies could have built things like cathedrals.
We were told that these were built by people that rode in horse and buggies.
You throw enough human labor at something, you can build that shit. It's human suffering. You throw human lives at something, and they build shit. Look at how the Titanic was built and how many people died making that shit.
Similar confusion exists over cities that look empty or where shacks would be pictured next to huge skyscrapers. The contrast of technology and wealth are just too much for some people to make sense of in their minds.
And I know what you're gonna say. Oh, they were poor. They couldn't afford to build stuff like that for themselves. Yet, look at this neighborhood. They couldn't build this for themselves. These are some pretty damn nice houses. I just refuse to believe that these people built this.
These are all aesthetic issues, and that is as deep as most believers will admit to being. And unless you examine it, you might actually agree. So, let's actually examine it.
Woo! Economics! Wait, I'm gonna pause it just right there because I do need to do lady stuff again. I've been drinking too much. Oh my gosh. I keep on getting the Jode I keep on popping a Jode back when I'm doing these glyphs. This should be the last one. Yep. Yeah. Alright. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Or do. Either way though, I will be right back after this short break. And we're back.
As always, everything is political, everything political is online, and everything online is Marxist economics. Ignoring any evidence, which is quite easy for a lot of these people to do, you actually do see a deep frustration with how our society is organized. We have multi-billionaires running around at the same time as homeless people exist. So something's wrong.
Hold on a second, this is gonna go crazy until it loads. Alright. Oh damn. I'm above 516. Damn. But yeah, this is what Tim Pool has decided to double down on. Club Q had a grooming event. Fucking lies. Lies, lies, and damned lies.
They notice, they see this as a flaw in how our society is structured. And they correctly also see that the reason why it's structured like this is because society is ruled by the people who have the most money. But to them that doesn't make sense. There's no natural evolution for how we got there and how it has ended up to our cities becoming blocky Minecraft cubes with no visual aesthetic of themselves. And critically, they don't.
Well, I mean, that's pretty simple. We started it became easier for us to terraform land, and we moved away from horses and moved towards cars. So we had to structure cities in completely different ways.
See how our society today was formed into the way that it is. It displays a misunderstanding of history that goes beyond the aesthetic, even though that is where it often ends up for them. The focus on aesthetics and architecture is only really symbolic. The real concern is a frustration with society in which we live. But many of the people don't have the tools or words or knowledge required to sort of understand why this has happened. You can enroll some of these people in a history course and you can tell them how money accumulates over time and the toppling of the aristocracy leads to the establishment of a bourgeois class, but most people never reach that level. Most people just look at how things appeared in history and how they appear today. But not only is it a reflection of our modern day concerns around cities, I think it's also a reflection.
What? Y'all, wait, what are we talking about? Hey, Shame, I'm so confused. I do not understand your message.
Of how we think about the climate right now. A major part of the theory has to do with
right,
the
yeah,
free energy,
I know what
with
you
the
mean,
technological advancement.
Yeah, Comrade
And
Tim.
some
Sorry,
people-
I didn't realize you were talking about Pimtool. Yal Qaeda is someone in the Crucible server as well, so I'm just like, wait, are you watching something different? Yeah, but that's fucking libel, innit? In print, that's libel. Fuck him. We need to start suing these people. Fucking hell, seriously. Seriously, we need to start actually suing these fuckers. Ooh. Alright, jewelry. Engraver allows the use of pewter ounces and copper ounces. Alright, cool. Jewelry crafting done. Now we need to do some alchemy. This one, drum of health. Yep. Craft.
Argue that, well, we've had an industrial revolution for quite a long time. Humanity has been here for such a long time. How come we still haven't figured out how to take care of the planet? The only explanation that some people have is that, well, they are forcing us to live in a system where we have to pay for power.
Uh-huh.
Back in the day, they argue, we could produce infinite free energy, clean energy that we could harvest from the ether. And I get why that's something that you would want to strive for and idealize. Especially with recent events causing, you know, gas prices to go up way higher than people are used to, causing electric bills to become way more expensive than most people can actually handle. I mean, who wouldn't want to fantasize about free energy generators that you could just stick on your roof? Any ornate roof ornament is going to be assumed to be some sort of energy generator.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Cathedrals are especially subject to this because they have a lot of roof ornaments, and
but there's established fucking archaeological, like, historical knowledge. Like, this is within recorded history. We know why these things existed and what they were used for. It's aesthetics. Ah!
Well, I'll just let TikTok take the lead on this one too.
A cavity magnetron is a high-powered vacuum tube that generates microwaves using the interaction of a stream of ions with a magnetic field while in the cavity resonator. Can you see the resemblance? These structures were never intended to hold glass within them.
But all of this is just vague science words smushed together. They never explain why it would generate energy, just that cavity magnetrons generate energy.
Now, if you haven't heard of cymatics, it's basically the study of sound and frequency waves in their visible form. I just find it extremely coincidental that a lot, if not all of these...
Wait, is she literally talking, like, Elder Scrolls, shit. Like, you know, the Elder Scrolls, the Dwemer disappeared because, they, like, they created a portal out into space, right? Using, like, sonic technology and stuff. Like, they're basically just recreating a conspiracy, which it looks exactly like a fantasy fucking script. Holy
buildings
shit.
have structures that represent certain frequencies in their visible form. And didn't a lot of these buildings have bells in them?
Bells? Yeah, but what do bells have to do with anything?
Sound.
All around the world, we see the remnants of our ancestors hiding in plain sight. These buildings look more like a fairy tale than real life, and most are long destroyed, only remembered in pictures.
And this is where they turn to the evidence regarding petrochemical billionaires, because they argue that climate change is a result of the fall of Tartaria. Because we don't have this free energy anymore, that's why the world is becoming as bad as it is. So they look to history and they see that a lot of petrochemical billionaires and companies and climate scientists sponsored by petrochemical billionaires have done an active effort to hide research into climate change. All companies themselves have known about climate change since the 50s and 60s, but climate change as a concept has been known to scientists since 1900. And if you really view the world through a purely technological lens, this doesn't make any sense. Especially since there are clean energy alternatives and there are ways to fix climate change. But because we don't, they are doing it. And you can see this frustration when people talk about the vast amounts of wealth coming from oil and coal. Sure, we can build great cities and great monuments to ourselves, but they don't really compare to that built in the past. And the world is getting worse still. How come everything in the past appears as a golden age, but today, with more technology than ever, it's a dystopia?
These buildings were used for harnessing the ether and converting it into free energy. Their boats ran off free energy. The columns were electric, and the cathedral domes and towers were power stations for transmission of clean, free, and wireless energy.
Oh my gosh, prove
Later on,
it!
parasites put crosses and other
Wait a second. Wait a second.
and wireless
What was that?
energy. Later.
Are you fucking kidding me? They put a Thor meme on their fucking conspiracy theory video. Dude. That Thor meme there is showing different symbols that are generally used in like circuit blueprints. They're not like what that shit looks like in real life. Are they seriously comparing the symbols that we use to...
Later on, the parasites put crosses and other religious symbols to conceal the original purpose.
Now, one big reason for why things look aesthetically different is because there have been different priorities across history for how we build buildings, and also a great deal of survivor bias. We today don't see the myriad of shacks and sheds that most people would build in and live in. We only see the great spires and monuments that they built, that they dedicated specific energy into to becoming aesthetically pleasing. And that's one reason. But it still doesn't answer the question of why we aren't building ornate structures like that today. Where are the great cathedrals? And where are the great structures of stone? And this is where economics comes in, because construction has changed radically, specifically on its return on investment. I don't know why anyone watches my videos. I welcome 100,000 people to me talking about concrete economics. Construction as an industry has been around since civilization. And for most of human history, there have been two rules around construction. Construction material is expensive, but labor is cheap. Labor has historically been cheap because you didn't oftentimes need to pay anyone above subsistence wage. As in, you give someone a piece of bread and then they work for a few days. It's pretty cheap to maintain that, especially if you're a rich person who wants to commission a grand cathedral in your name or something like that. Conversely, construction material is expensive. It demands a lot of technology to extract and refine and to transport. Things that aren't very easy before the invention of trucks. And so the thing that people in the past would dedicate their time to was refining those construction materials as finely as possible in order to extract the maximum return of investment. And this was worth it for a lot of investors because they would get a high return on investment without investing too much into the cost of labor of actually refining that material. But since the Industrial Revolution, two things have happened. One, new technologies have made it so that construction materials are a lot cheaper. We have concrete, we have trucks that move gravel around, we have steel that you can easily build high structures with. But conversely, labor has become more expensive. Workers now need living wages, housing, safety equipment, training. Those things cost money, and suddenly the cost of labor and actually investing time into a building becomes more costly and less worth it. Suddenly, you're not going to pay construction workers to refine the terracotta on a building when you can just put up a concrete wall. And this shift in economics has actually exacerbated that survivorship bias because a lot of older buildings were built to basically last forever in order to maximize the return on investment on that construction material.
Exactly what I said earlier.
But
Today, different forms
buildings
of
are
economics.
built to last a little bit until they made their money back, and then you can tear them down and just build up a new one. This is what happened to the Singer building, which despite its beauty and style and alleged energy generator just wasn't making enough money compared to other skyscrapers, like One Liberty Plaza. It's also what happened with world fairs. Buildings were built very beautifully and very quickly, but that meant that the quality of the construction was dog shit in order to keep costs down. And they had to be temporary constructions. So this is why cities look the way that they do. But you can explain this to a lot of believers in this theory and they're not going to listen to you. A lot of people who believe in this are not actually tradesmen themselves.
Yeah.
They're not construction workers, they're not
Just pause to say that.
On Reddit, which is a fine thing to be.
They just don't know what
what
building is or what
in
fucking
how
shit.
cities are actually built.
They don't know what they're talking about.
But even if you explain this to someone, and even if they know how buildings are built, and even if they understand Marxist economics, and all of that stuff, some people still won't believe you, because they have evidence. So let's dig into that evidence. The number one example that people will bring up is
Evidence.
The revealing of cities underneath the ground, which I've mentioned previously in this video. And they will demonstrate pictures like this, which can look pretty convincing on first glance. That looks like windows and doors underneath ground level, several stories, and why would anyone actually build that? But the thing is, they're not actually windows and doors, they just look like they are. These are foundations or fundaments that people will build underneath buildings so that they don't move around when the ground moves. It's actually quite important. You need to have a big foundation so that the building will stand for a long time. But most people never see a foundation. And if you don't know anything about foundations, odds are you might just think of foundations as a big concrete block that you put in the ground. Like Minecraft. But that's not actually how it works. It needs to be kind of porous, for lack of a better term, because you need to put in cables,
they've got much
plumbing.
evidence. They've got about as much evidence as the fucking lean conspiracy theories. It's amazing.
Sewers, all sorts of things need to go through that thing. Sometimes they can be underneath the foundations, and that's fine, but oftentimes they're just in the foundations themselves. So pictures like this don't actually make that much sense. But then they show pictures like this. But these aren't foundations, these aren't fundaments. These are actually former ground floors. These are actually windows, and that's true. And this brings us to actual flooding. Floodings that have actually happened. I don't know if you actually know this, but many cities throughout the world are located near water. Sometimes that water goes up, as in times during storms or other events. Water go up events. This causes flooding. The water goes through the streets and damages property and housing. And it's not good. People generally don't want flooding, and it's a problem that's getting worse in the modern day. Now, there are a few ways to fix flooding. One of them is to fix climate change and to stabilize the entire Earth weather. Not gonna happen. The other method is to build flood walls or dikes or other types of walls against the water. But this can actually be not practical in a lot of situations. Sometimes a dike is going to leak a lot and it's going to be a present danger for a long time in case the dike breaks. Not good. Sometimes the ground might not be stable enough for a wall. So, okay, sucks, I guess. I guess we have to deal with flooding. Unless you go for method number 3, which is simply to raise the entire ground level upwards. Water doesn't flow upwards, so you can outsmart the water. And this is something that a lot of cities have actually intentionally done. They've buried entire streets, sometimes up to 3 floors high, just to intentionally raise the ground level, so that when there is a flood, the water isn't going to flow there. A lot of cities have done this in like more or less severity, but the one that a lot of people will send pictures of is a place in Seattle, because Seattle did that, and now they're hosting tours in the ruins underneath the ground, with skylights where the new ground level is. And on the new ground level, you have, roads, pedestrian streets, signs, normal ground level shit. And this isn't something new, this is something that ancient peoples also did in their ancient cities, which sometimes will lead to archaeological digs in modern cities built in old cities, discovering former bottom floors that are actually just buried and forgotten about intentionally hundreds of years ago. And when this doesn't happen, sometimes there are actual mud floods. The river Tiber in Italy has regularly flooded and caused a lot of cities to be buried under a fair amount of ground, essentially. But these floods wouldn't happen to the level of covering entire civilizations. It would cover up a part of the town. And what would happen is people would simply rebuild their town on top of the ruins of their old town. Because, of course, it's practical. Which again leads to a similar phenomenon where you dig underground and you find a new town. None of this is evidence of a mud flood, but it's simply evidence of how cities are built and maintained. But the thing is, these things don't really happen today. People don't really raise the ground levels of their cities or build on top of ruins when a mud flood comes through. Because we've gotten better at protecting our cities and where we live. When people think flood control, they think of dams, and they don't think of things that might actually explain what's going on. In addition to this, they also talk about domes as being Tartarian architecture, saying that because a type of ringed dome is common in a lot of different places around the world, built by different people, this is a sign that the same people actually built all of them. It is unrealistic for people to have come up with the exact same style of dome in many different areas of the world. Which again kind of betrays the lack of awareness and skill that these people actually have when analyzing their theory. A lot of the time it's down to economics or mathematics, and that's kind of easy for most people to figure out. The most egregious example of this are probably Tartaria hardcore believers who believe that pyramids all over the world were built by the same people, because why are there pyramids everywhere? I mean, the simple explanation is that that's how you build a building that stands around for a long time. Anyone who's ever played with blocks as a child can figure that out. You don't need advanced technology to figure that out, bucko. And all of this sounds like pretty reasonable answers to the evidence that is purported by the theorists. Except for some. Take, for example, some of the evidence that they use that doesn't have to do with images,
have a good one.
such as CIA documents and other real examples of falsifications of history. One piece of evidence that they often use comes from the CIA, but it's actually a report of something that the Soviets were doing in their homeland during the Cold War. So this document deals with that falsification of history, and it mentions Tartaria by name. So it says, or let us take the matter of history, which, along with religion, language, and literature, constitute the core of a people's cultural heritage. Here again, the communists have interfered in a shameless manner. For example, on August 9th, 1944, the Central Committee of the Communist Party, sitting in Moscow, issued a directive ordering the party's Tartar Provincial Committee to proceed to a scientific revision of the history of Tartaria, to liquidate serious shortcomings and mistakes of a nationalistic character committed by individual writers and historians in dealing with Tartar history. In other words, Tartar history was to be rewritten, let us be frank, was to be falsified in order to eliminate references to great Russian aggressions and to hide the fact of the real course of Tartar-Russian relations. And this was no isolated case. In every Muslim area within the USSR, historians on orders of the Communist Party have rewritten history to distort the facts so that the Russians appear always in a good light. So this document, you will understand, isn't actually about Tartaria the Empire, but Tartaria, the generic name for a complete geographic area and ethnic group. Just like medieval cartographers, the Soviets and the CIA, probably more specifically, are using generic terms for a generic area because they're lazy. But if you don't know the history of the word Tartar, it seems kind of obvious, right? It all fits into the general mold of the theory as it stands anyway.
All makes
and this is
sense.
a point where a lot of believers will point out that, well, it makes sense if you only read it within the context of everything else also making sense. Which is how a conspiracy theory works. It is upholding itself. But all of this is mostly just set dressing for an ideological phenomenon that is a bit more insidious and that has some political connotations with real-world consequences. And that is a phenomenon that's called aesthetic moralism. Aesthetic moralism is the idea that some aesthetics, especially in architecture, are more inherently good than other styles of architecture. Sometimes this depends on the way that you value good. If you're talking about pure value, some people will value brutalism more than others. Some people on the left will sometimes do this, where they see brutalist architecture being built very cheaply, and they will see that as having the maximum utilitarian value, and therefore it is good because
I just like the aesthetics.
Because you can solve the housing crisis by building a lot of blocks, very in Soviet style, which is fine, but a lot of people will base the value not on utilitarian value, but rather on moral good.
What?
It's just better this way. Obsession around architecture is something that isn't actually uncommon, especially when it comes to right-wing political movements. Architectural styles can act as a shorthand for how things appear to be going. If a city is ugly, you know, it's not going to go well for it. But if a city is pretty, oh, then you know you've reached success. A lot of extremist right-wing ideologies have had a fascination and obsession with architecture for that specific reason. But the aesthetics also support the ideology at play. To be fair, it's not just right-wing ideologies that do this, but right-wing ideologies do have an obsession with the past, but there is such a thing as left-wing architecture as well, building more modern and innovative buildings that don't look at all like the buildings of the past. Both of them symbolize a message to put forward. A clear example of this happens in the 1937 World Fair in Paris that displays both the national pavilions of the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany. The Soviet Union pavilion displays the classical union of workers and peasants, but the Nazi pavilion is built to symbolize Nazi Germany as a bulwark against communism. Purely via architectural style, the political ideas of both nations are represented. And I think that this obsession with architecture displays the ideological underpinnings of Tartaria as well. Because when asked who is to blame for all of society's ills, oftentimes the people pointed out will be generalized parasites or the Jews, both theories that are extremely congruent with 20th century fascist theory. And that's not surprising, considering that these ideas originate with Levashov's work that is extremely far-right, bordering on Nazi occultism. And this is where the danger comes in with Tartaria. Tartaria is strange, because on one hand, these people do desperately want to return to the great empire, but they also are frustrated with the way that modern-day politics works. And this points, I think, to the most fundamental core of their ideology. It's not necessarily a right-wing or a left-wing frustration with the world, although there are some people who, of course, do subscribe to those ideologies here as well. But I don't think Tartaria is inherently either one. Rather, I think that the believers of Tartaria want an alternative. They see historical architecture as maybe being preferable, but at the same time, not all historical buildings are...
Fucking hell, my internet is going crazy. What the hell?
Only the more spectacular ones. They want to return to that idyllic past, but they want to return to the outrageous idyllic past. So while a lot of aspects of this ideology are...
So it's fascism. It's just fascism at the end of the day. It's an appeal to a imagined past. It's just one of the tenets of fascism. Jeez.
Right-wing focused, it's also a frustration with the modern right wing. They don't believe that the modern right wing has the solutions available to fix the problems. They don't look up to Russia, they do not look up to people like Donald Trump, because they are simply puppets of them. Many will sometimes speculate around the Mongol Empire, thinking that it may have been Tartaria, but only if Genghis Khan was a blonde white man. Or sometimes arguing that the giants that ruled Tartaria are our white ancestors. And like I'm 2 meters tall, but I'm not that tall. And this is where I think the frustration with modern day right-wing ideology comes in. Because they don't only want to rebuild the past, they want to make an entirely new past that is better than anything that has existed before. They want to return to an empire that no longer exists. And to do that, they need to build it anew. Hi everyone, welcome to the end of the video. I want to quickly mention my sponsor for this video, Curiosity Stream.
Hey,
you know Curiosity Stream, they are the people who keep sponsoring my videos
Nebula.
even though I'm really bad at meeting their deadlines. Thank you. And they're also a streaming service that has thousands of documentaries with all sorts of documentaries about basically whatever you can think of. If you're interested more in conspiracy theories and myths and things of that nature, I highly recommend the, I forgot what it's called, Secret Societies, that deals into the history of the Templars, the Illuminati, and things like that. And if you're interested in watching more educational topics in general, I highly recommend Nebula. Nebula is a streaming service that me and a bunch of other YouTubers have gone on to have a streaming platform that is separate from YouTube, where we don't have to worry about the algorithm. You can find my videos there, and you can also find the content of a bunch of other creators, including some videos you can only get on Nebula. And if you like my content, I'm sure you're gonna like basically everyone else who's there as well. And if you use the link in my description, you get access to both Nebula and CuriosityStream together as a bundle deal for less than $15 per year. So if you like that, do that. And remember that this whole thing isn't real. Hi, and thank you for watching the video. That is going to be the end of my conspiracy theory YouTube series that I've been doing for a little bit. I'm gonna start going back to do more classical Mia Mulder content, or whatever we end up doing. I want to give a special thanks to everyone who's watching this video still now, and a special thanks to all of my patrons who allow me to do this as a job and who, support me doing this stuff. If you like my work and you want to support it financially, I like it if you go to my Patreon, because obviously I like it.
Fuck life, why? What's wrong?
If you want to hear more content, you should also look into Leech Fest, which is the medical history podcast that I do, which is good. I like that one too. And I also want to give a special thanks to Aini Salminen, Aislinn, Alicia Crawford, Alibat, Amanda B, Amara, Amelia Unchained, Amy Lee, Andy Sophia Fontaine, Andre Cabrera, Angelo Garcia, Ashley K, Astrid.
But yeah, no, that was really interesting. Whew. Oh, where is it? Someone linked something. What did you link? Your best friend blocked you? Why? Oh yeah, I remember this. Oh, was there any? So this is the dad. This is the dad of the father of the murdering prick. Yeah.
History of mental illness with him, or when's the last time you saw him?
My son, I hadn't seen him for years. I thought he committed suicide. His mother told me that. I'll give you a history. I was a porn star. Okay, I became a porno star in 2002, and I combined that with a mixed martial arts career. And my ex was finished. She took off with my son. I hadn't seen him for years.
Holy shit! Yep. I can see it. I can see it. Holy fuck!
The little I did see my son, I tried to give him, a father figure, or whatever. I didn't know where his whereabouts were. I found out recently that he did not kill himself in 2016. That he was alive and well, and he lives in Colorado.
Yeah. Why did you think he had killed himself?
His mother told me this. She said that he killed himself because of
I'm sorry about that, Mark Gamer.
I'm an embarrassment to him. My son is I loved him so much. I didn't want to lose. Be around. I wanted to be around my son and be there for him. I have a daughter the same way I had my son. I never see my kids. I never, but I want to be in his life. He's been accused of doing some crazy thing. I don't know what he's been accused of. I can't get answers from the attorneys really, but they're saying that somebody's, it's involving a gay bar or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what the heck he did at a gay bar. I don't know what's going on.
Well, he's accused of going on a mass shooting at a gay bar and killing 5 people.
Colorado.
Okay, well, that's shit. If he's accused of doing that, I'm surprised he's not gay.
This guy is not, like, let's understand, like, this guy is obviously not all there. So, like, yeah, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Like, obviously, you can see the way he's talking. Like, yeah. Yeah, he's not all there. for one thing. So just yeah. He doesn't sound high. He sounds like he's been high too many times. Holy shit! This fucking run is going so quickly. Oh, and he's dead already. That was really fucking quick. Yay! I can claim all the stuff. Neat. Okay, commit. Can I pick up the stuff? No, why didn't it pick up the stuff? Alright, I picked up the stuff now. Woohoo! But yeah, fucking hell.
Say that by he's not gay.
When was the last time you saw him?
Shit, he was. I saw him. I made efforts to see him, but I think I see him in 2011.
2011.
Yeah.
It's been quite some time.
It's 2011. Yeah.
Was he living in San Diego at the time?
He was in Carlsbad at the time. He came back from Colorado. They were here, and I had a little bit of a relationship with him. He was 10 years old, you know. I was holding mitts for him, you know, showing him how to be. I wanted to be a professional fighter like me. I wanted to be a fighter, and you know, I don't know how much he takes after me, or whatever. But you know, I said, my son, you know, what the hell? I didn't expect to hear this kind of stuff.
He's a big kid.
Yeah, he's taller than me. He's like 6'7". He's a big guy, you know. He's 6'7", like almost 300 pounds.
So you said you've been trying to reach him now?
No, he reached me. He reached out to me.
Okay, and said what?
You know, my son is just say, hey, Dad, I want to talk to you, man. I want to see you. I'm like, well, I was happy to hear he wanted to see me. He wanted me to come out to Colorado. And I was like, sure, I don't have the I can't just get out to Colorado like right now. And he wanted it then, right then and there. And it seemed like he's all, you know, he was happy to see me, right? Or he wanted to see me. He needed something right then. It was urgent. So I was a little alarmed by that.
This was 2011?
No. I am Australian.
I was happy to hear he's alive.
But yeah, I think we've heard enough of that. Like, I don't really want to fucking. I can't really say much about someone who's obviously not all there and he's just slurring his words and stuff. Like, I fucking. He can't even say. Oh, that's very nice, UMO. Thank you. Yeah. I just I guess I find it yeah, it'd be better not to attack a guy with obvious mental disabilities. Like his son is a piece of shit, obviously. But yeah, it's just a shame that all of this fucking goes on. Wow. Fresh fiber and top grain high. Alright, so I'm gonna have to call that a day for today. So yeah, I'll be moving house, so there'll be no stream tomorrow because everything is gonna be packed up. I will hopefully be back next week, so Sunday night as usual, or Monday morning for me. Yeah, so stay safe over the weekend. I hope things get better for you, Monkey Gamer. But until next time, take care of yourself, and take care of someone else. And yeah, that'll be it. Bye for now. Bye.